Welcome to Five Ever Timepieces, the podcast where we dive into the stories, craftsmanship, and innovation behind the most extraordinary watches in the world. I'm your host, Chris, and today we're exploring one of the crown jewels of haute horology, the Lange Söhne Datograph Perpetual Calendar, reference number 410038. Now, this isn't just a timepiece, it's a mechanical marvel that blends complexity, precision, and beauty in a way that only a few watches can. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just loves to learn about what makes these pieces tick, quite literally, you're in for another good episode. Let's get started. Before we dive into the technical details of this watch, let's talk about the brand behind this masterpiece, Lange Söhne. Founded in 1845 in the small town of Glassau, Germany, Lange, I believe, was established with a vision, and that vision to me was to create watches or pocket watches that could rival the best from Switzerland and France at the time. And almost for a century, Lange upheld this vision, becoming synonymous with precision and innovation within the watch industry. However, like many companies, Lange faced turmoil during World War II, the factory being bombed in 1945, and then the brand going dormant during the Soviet occupation. Fast forward to 1990, when the Berlin Wall fell, I believe is when Walter Lange, the Lange family's great grandson, revived the company. And what's remarkable is just how quickly, the company regained its reputation as one of the most prestigious names in the industry. They've mastered the art of blending heritage with cutting edge innovation. And this Datograph Perpetual Calendar is just another shining example of that. Now let's break down what makes this watch, the Datograph Perpetual Calendar, so special. First, the name itself tells you a lot about the watch. Datograph, it just refers to the integrated chronograph movement, which is one of the most complex and honestly one of the most visually appealing pieces to look at in the industry. And unlike the standard chronograph, the datograph features a column wheel mechanism which ensures just a smoother operation of the pushers. But the chronograph also has a flyback function. This just simply allows you to reset and restart the timer with just a push of a button. This eliminates the need to stop the chronograph. It's a practical feature, but it's actually just one that's just fun to use. And then on to the perpetual calendar. This complication tracks the day, date, month. It even tracks the leap years with so much precision that it doesn't need adjusting and won't need any adjusting until the year 2100. And then let's not forget about the moon phase indicator, which is accurate within itself, I believe, to one day every 120, 123 years. Think about that. This watch has essentially been future proofed for over a century. Let's take a step back though and think about who does the Datograph Perpetual Calendar. Now, who is it really for? This is not a watch for someone looking to flaunt their wealth. It's for the modest millionaire. The kind of individual who values substance over flash. Platinum, the case material of this reference, it's luxurious and dense. It's one of the most luxurious and dense metals, actually, but it doesn't scream for attention like yellow gold or rose gold. To the untrained eye, this watch might look like a simple timepiece, but those who know watches, when you see it, you know what you're looking at. This watch is like a symbol of quiet confidence and elegant taste. The Datograph Perpetual Calendar, it appeals to people who appreciate the art of understatement. It's for someone who would rather invest in a finely crafted, technically brilliant watch than chasing trends or logos. It's not about showing off. It's about carrying a piece of history and engineering on your wrist. That's what makes this timepiece so special, at least to me. It's a luxury for those who don't need to announce it. Let's talk about the design. So the design of the reference 410038, as much as we love, the mechanics, a watch also needs to look the part. The Datograph Perpetual Calendar features a 41 millimeter platinum case. Platinum is not, like I say, platinum is not just luxurious, but it's also incredibly dense, which gives which gives the watch that satisfying heft on the wrist. You feel this watch when you're wearing it. The black dial is simple yet mesmerizing. You can say it's made from solid silver, and it features like a matte finish. That contrasts perfectly with the polished subdials. Lange's signature oversized date window, that sits at the 12 o'clock position on this watch. This detail has become a hallmark of the brand. The subdials are perfectly symmetrical, displaying the calendar and chronograph functions with impeccable balance. And then there's the moon phase at 6 o'clock. This adds a touch of poetic elegance. It's these details right here that sets Lange apart from everything else. Everything feels intentional. Everything feels harmonious. It's like a testament to the brand's design philosophy, and they're sticking to it. Let's go under the hood of this timepiece and talk about what powers it. The in-house Lange, or the in-house caliber L952.1. If you've ever looked at a movement out of a Lange watch through a loop, you'll know that it's like looking at a miniature work of art. This movement consists of 556 individual parts, all of which are meticulously finished by hand. It includes a column wheel chronograph, a jumping minute counter, and a perpetual calendar mechanism. All of these are working in perfect harmony. What's truly impressive, though, is how Lange manages to make all of this functionality visually appealing on the back. Like you can see it through the case back. Through the sapphire case back, you can see like all the details, like the hand engraved balance cock, the gold chantons, the 3/4 plate made of untreated German silver. This level of finishing is so meticulous that even components you'll never see, like the underside of the bridges, they are even polished to perfection almost. This is craftsmanship at its finest. And as far as collectors, from the collector's perspective, the Datograph Perpetual Calendar is more than a watch, it's a statement. Platinum cases are rare themselves, and Lange's limited production numbers make this timepiece even more exclusive. The retail price for this watch is around, including taxes and everything, it's around $150,000, because this watch starts new retail at $136,000. Now, owning a Lange is not about, investing in monetary terms. It's about owning a piece of horological history. That said, Lange watches tend to typically hold their value very well. Then there's their desirability on the second market. That right there speaks volumes about the brand's reputation and their quality of watches. The Datograph Perpetual Calendar reference number 410038, it is not just a watch. It's a legacy. It's designed to outlast trends, outlast generations, and it reminds you that, true luxury isn't about excess. It's about refinement. This watch doesn't just tell time, it tells a story of craftsmanship, perseverance, um, you know, and the pseudo perfection, basically. In the world of A. Lange and Söhne, that's exactly what you get. Basically, you get a timeless masterpiece that embodies the absolute very best when it comes to watchmaking. So there you have it, the A Lange Söhne Datograph Perpetual Calendar, reference number 410038. A timepiece that's much as about passion as it is about precision. It's a watch that challenges what we think is possible in horology while remaining deep rooted in tradition. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this journey through one of the world's finest watches. And remember, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, share it with others, share it with other watch enthusiasts. Don't be afraid to let me know what timepieces you'd like me to feature next. So until next time, keep chasing time, one masterpiece at a time.